Shaya Wakil Mutlak Balkalom Mumkin. The wisdom of our creed is echoed through these words. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to do the next Trial of the Gods event, which is the Trial of Sehkmet. Sehkmet is the feline goddess of ancient Egypt, and I am your brother, and I am your brother, Shao. So, let's get to move on. So before we start, we are going to go into our gear, and we are going to select... Okay, that was a mistake. We are going to equip our health-based weapons. Weapons that have health modifiers on them, so that we can have an advantage, so that we can survive with this. For the primary weapon, you can equip the Conductor of Souls, which is the weapon you get as a reward for defeating the first trial of the god, which is Anubis. For the second weapon, we are going to equip the Golden Wolf yet again. Or we could also equip the other legendary weapon that we got, which was the War Scepter, which is what we get as the reward for defeating the second trial of the god, which is Sobek, which is the alligator god, but we are not. Instead, we are going to stick with these two weapons, the Conductor of Souls and the Golden Wolf. For our ranged weapons, we are going to select once again the Composite Bow, which I have now, since the last time, I have now upgraded it to level 40. So this will come in handy. And for our secondary weapon, we are going to equip the Warrior Bow, known as the Jackal's Gaze. And now we are just going to call, and I am of course wearing the Isu armor, which is the armor that you get from completing all of the tombs, and also by completing all of the stone circle alignment activities. After completing all of that, you go to the final tomb, which is located in the Sphinx, which is located up here in Giza, and it is located specifically right here. And it is in this tomb that you will, upon walking into it, when finally reaching the tomb, you will walk into this. The tomb will be a giant room where upon the floor... I was speaking and the lion interrupted me, but I shall continue. So like I was saying, where upon going into the giant tomb, you will, bore upon the ceiling, there is a button you should recognize. Is all the constellations that we have aligned in all of those activities for aligning the stars from the stone circles. And each one of them will be lit. And when they're all lit, you simply go towards the edge of the giant map. Upon walking up the stairs facing the entrance that you come through, and you will get an button prompt to interact with the map. Thus, then from there a cutscene will play, which will then bring forth a passageway up out of the floor, which will then lead to a slide, you will then go through, which will bring you down a slide into the actual temple, which upon going up to the altar, you will then be greeted with another one of those recordings of one of the gods, whoever, I can't remember who it is, but anyway, that was what happened. And when they are finished speaking to you, you will then get this armor. So enough about that. Let's get back to the gods. So we are going to call our horse. And we are going to go. So where are we going? Okay, so go into your quests and highlight the quest. And let's see, how far is it? It is actually quite far away. So let's get a move on. Let's just see where it is anyway. It is all the way over. Ah, it's over here. Okie dokie. That's a bit far, but however, we will still make it. And we're going backwards. Just going forwards.
What are you doing?
Hiding! Think you're something special.
Maintain protective. Block the way! Give me time to get loose! Get ready.
Piece of cake. And let's go. Okay, follow road is not available, so we'll just follow the regular trail. Normally I would fast travel, but sometimes I just enjoy the long extended journey out to a certain location that I'm going to, because I like sometimes, like, yes, the fast travel does have merit and it is good because it saves time, but sometimes you just want to take the scenic route, you know. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. When Ubisoft are making the game, they put, as with every other Assassin's Creed game, when it comes to the actual world, when it comes to the world space, you have to, you can at some point admit or agree that the world spaces in the Assassin's Creed games, when you stop to actually look at them and take them in, they really are quite grand and spectacular, in all fairness. Like, I remember going back to the first one, that was spectacular, but then, I don't know, but then when we got to what really set it in for me with the whole scenic grandeur of the world space in Assassin's Creed games, it's probably started off with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Like, it's still in the times of the Renaissance, and it's not long after it, but Rome back then, just the world space was just really, really serene and beautiful. Then when we got to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it was like, what the hell? That was just really expansive. But to me, it didn't really take away from but I don't really think that even with Black Flag, given how expansive it was, I don't think the world space lost any of its grandeur, because even though it was that expensive, as a fan of the Assassin's Creed series, I thought, for me personally, Brotherhood will always be my favourite. But with other games in the franchise, one thing for me that I I still really enjoy. And something that I do like about the games that still amazes me, even amazed me with this, was the amount of detail that was in the world space. Like like obviously with any Assassin's Creed game, Ubisoft, whoever branch, whatever branch of Ubisoft it is, that makes whatever Assassin's Creed game, the world spaces just looks so serene and just so lifelike. There's so much detail in it that you'd believe you are actually there. Like even with Egypt, this Assassin's Creed Origins, it's set in ancient Egypt, and yet just look at the world space. Like look at this for the desert. Like to me that is just wow. And even just to go and like, even if it's you're not looking at the desert, and you're just looking at the actual world space, so the mountains and the villages, the trees, the rivers, there's the water. It's just like this here what I'm talking about with the mountains. It's just, to me, it's just impressive. It really is. And I like, and the landscape and the world space, it's just something I really like with the Assassin's Creed games, you know? So if I had to pick my favourite landscape, like I maintain that Assassin's Creed Origins, if it isn't, it should probably, with Origins, this Assassin's Creed Origins should be considered, in my opinion, is a top contender for being one of the best games in the franchise. Because to me, my personal favourite is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Because there were so many things with it that I really enjoyed that were absolutely amazing. That is always going to be my favourite. But as for the best, but if we were to compare all the games to decide which one was the absolute best,
keep my bearings.
I would go out on a limb and say if it isn't, I would consider Assassin's Creed Origins as, maybe not now, but hope maybe one day being considered as the best. Because don't forget, with Assassin's Creed Origins, Ubisoft took the extra year off from their yearly release of from their annual yearly release of an Assassin's Creed game to make sure that Origins was everything that they promised it would be, or everything that they would hope it would be anyway. And even from the detail to the and everything about it, you can agree was not done half-assed. Like hell, they've been working on this. They've been as Ubisoft has been working on Origins ever since Black Flag and Unity. So obviously, along with doing those games, along with making those ones, they also put their time into perfecting what would be one, in my opinion, what would probably be their best game. I feel the best game in the series. It's just amazing. Well, anyway, enough of me prattling on. That's probably been a bit boring. Well, I'm just offering my opinion. So here we go with the Trial of the Gods Sehkmet. Dismount my horse and let's get into it. To amend the words of Jack Sparrow, it is filled with the kraken from the end. Birds of the Caribbean. Dead man's chest. Hello, gorgeous. Hello there, beautiful. Tiny tie. Okay, so she's summoning fire. This is going to be challenging.
Sensia to the Atra.
Let's just get into a position where we can actually fight.
Jesharui Achach Shen. You Ahmed Kra.
Again, we aim above the chest. Get our right smack in the middle.
Nanhetem Khati.
And we have failed. Well, upon reflection of that, there was some familiarity with the combat, of how the god will fight, so as it is similar to the other two, Sobek and Anubis, but again, with this one, with Sehkmet, there was a difference. This time, her attack, the god's attack, is actually going to follow you, rather than just be secluded to one spot. Obviously, we dealt with that when we do it, but we didn't do it enough. So now that we know what we've done wrong, we can try again. Hello, Beastie.
Mikyare Hiria Tepek. In you, Ahmed Kra. Achak Shemeswiya Nechach Jet. Anatiye, Uyo Efhek. Mek Uir Nuhi Disheret. Jesharui Achach Shen. Achach Shemeswiya Nechach Jet.
this twice. This time I shall probably do it. Arguably, Sehkmet only took me 2 attempts. Anubis, I'm not even going to tell you how many times I died during died at the hands of Anubis. Let's just say too many to count. We've died 3 times now by Sehkmet.
Sehkmet.
I actually did not notice that. All of Sehkmet's allies are actually wearing the Sehkmet apparel that we get in a quest. This is earlier in the game. I did not notice that. Bit foolish of me not to notice that, considering I fight 3 times already. Well, twice. This is my 3rd time attempting this.
Sensia to the opera. Achak Shimiswiya Nechach Jet. You Anatiye Uyo Ethek.
Okay, that is not fair.
You Sehkmet Erkhere. Hep Wa'ab Ka'afis. Kheder Shesef Ankh. Anatiye Uyo Ethek. Mek Uir Nuhi Disheret.
Damn. 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 She really doesn't let up, does she? Attempt number 4. Let's hope I can do it this time.
Mikjaret, Hiria Tepek. Ahmed Kra. Nen hetem khati. Achech Qaik. Yuh Seneket Kherep. Mek Uir Nuhi Disheret. Jesharui Achech Shen. Mikjare, Hiria Tepek. Geheb Marat. Mek Uir Nuhi Disheret. Ru Anadille Uyo Efhek. Can you Ahmed Kra? Mikjaret, Hiria Tepek. Mek Uir Nuhi Disheret. Mikjaret, Hiria Tepek. Yuh Seneket Kherep.
And there we go. We've defeated the god. And we get the Tomb Protector Shield. Let us get a look at this shield. Damn, I keep going back. We need to go into shields. There it is. The Tomb Protector Legendary Shield. Protection of tombs is a sacred duty. Melee resistance of 3, range resistance of 3, and sleep on block. Alrighty then. And for those of you who are fans of Assassin's Creed, who may have heard it already, that there is not going to be a fourth god in the Trial of the Gods, but instead there is actually going to be only the 3. Anubis, Sobek, and now Sehkmet. Apparently these are going to be the only 3 gods for the Trial of the Gods. So if that's the case, and we've already got 2 of the weapons already, and now we have the third. The first weapon being the Conductor of Souls sword that we got from beating Anubis. The War Scepter that we got from defeating Sobek is the second weapon. And now the third weapon, switch off my compendium shield for a minute. The third weapon is now the Tomb Protector. So these are the 3 weapons that we have. The sword, the shield, and then the scepter. But then, if there's only 3 gods, how are we going to get the 4th weapon? Now, this is where things get a bit interesting and a bit mysterious, but if this is true, well then, we need not wait long to get the Anubis armor. According to you, big credit and shout out to YouTuber JorRaptor, who made his video about this idea. If you go to his channel, you will find a video about the 3. You will find a video that he has made about this specific topic. But long story short, what he does is basically summarize what he feels are his thoughts upon this matter of where the 4th weapon for this is. To which he will say in his video that he got that another person of another name, I can't remember who, has actually passed on the information and proof to him about what and where the 4th weapon of this event of the Trial of the Gods could be, what the weapon is, and how we could get it. And according to that, the 4th weapon is actually a weapon that we already have. And you're probably wondering, what is that weapon? Well, apparently, if it is to be believed, I certainly, upon getting Assassin's Creed Origins, I have actually been watching viewing JorRaptor's content for Assassin's Creed Origins, and I believe it is very good. I believe the content is good. I believe the content is informative, and I believe he has his own merit for the content he is doing for Assassin's Creed Origins, and I enjoy watching his content. There is even some of his content I have even watched to get some of the weapons that have seen me use, like the compendium shield and the 4th weapon that I'm going to say, which, if, like I said, if it is to be believed, the 4th weapon for the Trial of the Gods is the warrior bow, the legendary warrior bow known as the Jackal's Gaze. The reasoning for it to be believed that the Jackal's Gaze is the fourth weapon that we already have in our possession, as being the fourth weapon of the Trial of the Gods event weapons, is that JorRaptor in his video makes the very good point of reminding us that according to Ubisoft, for the Trial of the Gods weapons there were supposed to be 4 weapons: a sword, a shield, a scepter, and a warrior bow. Now, of all the... He then goes on to point out that out of all the warrior bows that could be the 4th weapon, that there is only one that has the potential to be this weapon. And he points it out to be the Jackal's Gaze. The reason for this, I am going to now explain. If we go into our inventory, we can see that the Jackal's Gaze, as you will see in his video, that upon the... if you compare the screenshot, that first of all, if you look at the Jackal's Gaze as it is right now upon my back, you will see that on both ends of it, that on the top end of it, there is bore a head of Anubis. Just like the Conductor of Souls sword that bears the head of Anubis, and the War Scepter that also bears the head of Anubis. Another point that he makes is that the Jackal's Gaze could be the weapon, is that I agree, is even look at the description for the Jackal's Gaze. The Jackal's Gaze is a legendary warrior bow that reads, endowed with the power of the god Anubis, this bow's aim is unerring. But pay attention to that for a second. Look closely. The detail meant with each weapon from the Trials of the Gods: the sword, the scepter, the shield, and the Jackal's Gaze. There is 2 details more that all 4 of these weapons share. First of all, the Conductor of Souls and the War Scepter. Look at the weapons. Now look at the shield we've just gotten. Now look at the Jackal's Gaze. When I find it. Have you noticed the similarity? All 4 of these weapons, the bow, the sword, the scepter, and the shield, they all do not bear the dismantle mark, the dismantle button. We can equip them. We can equip the weapons just like any other. But with the 2, as you can see with every other shield, for example with the shields, the Compendium, the Dozer's Pride, Phalange Shield, and the Snakes on the Plane, Snakes on the Shield, they, apart from the Snakes on the Shield one, the other 3 shields all have the dismantle option on the shield. The 2 in particular, just like all 3 weapons, does not. This implies that the Jackal's Gaze is in fact a quest weapon, and as you should know, quest weapons cannot be destroyed. It's the exact reason why the Conductor of Souls sword that we have cannot be destroyed, neither can the War Scepter or the shield. They cannot be dismantled, meaning that they are quest weapons. The second detail is that in each one of the description for these weapons, they all have a reference to Anubis. The Jackal's Gaze reads, endowed with the power of the god Anubis. It's the very first sentence. The sword. Anubis is always ready to receive those guided to him by this blade. The scepter. modelled on the scepter of the god Anubis. The shield. Well, the shield does not really bear. The text bear a description. The description on it does not really reference Anubis, but if you look upon the shield, you can see a drawing there of a man with a head of a dog, which in Egyptian mythology, the only one who has a head of a dog is Anubis. So as per his video, and this I agree with his view, I too believe, just like his view, which is the view of JorRaptor, I too believe that the Jackal's Gaze is in fact the fourth weapon that we are actually missing from the Trial of the Gods, which is something that has been in our inventory the entire time. And yet we just didn't know it. The way you get the Jackal's Gaze is that you have to complete a mission, a main quest, which is called the Scarab's Sting, if I can find it. There is a main quest called the Scarab's Sting, and from that let me see if I can find it. Because I have kind of completed a lot of quests in this game, so quest log is going to be a bit backdated. There we go. We found it, the Scarab Sting. And upon completing and through the progress of the Scarab Sting, you will end up being led to a small little, I guess, a cave that has been outfitted by the Romans as an intel base or something. And on the table there is going to be an informant table, which will bear around 4 quests. One quest upon this table is the next one, which is the smoke over water. And it is through completing this quest that you will get the bow known as the Jackal's Gaze. All I can say is I was even surprised. All I can say. If this turns out to be true, but then again, Ubisoft have neither confirmed or denied, have neither confirmed this to be the case, nor have they denied it. So it could be true, it could be false. We don't know. The only way we will know is if Ubisoft actually addresses it, and when they do, we will find out. If not, well then, obviously, the weapon, if it's not the case, well then the weapon does exist somewhere. The only question is where it is, so obviously we will all search out to find it. But if it does prove to be true, well then that means that very shortly in our we should very soon see the Anubis outfit appear in our inventories for us to wear. Well, I must say there was a lot more content in this video than I had previously thought there would be. It had taken me more attempts to defeat Sehkmet than I had previously thought. I thought I could beat her somewhat in the same amount of time that I did the last two that I did Sobek. I'm not going to compare it to Anubis because that was a bit longer. That was quite long, actually, nearly an hour trying to beat Anubis because he kept kicking my ass. But however, I still beat him. But yes, video a bit longer than I expected it to be, but then again, what video isn't? sometimes you just enjoy playing the game and you don't really pay attention to the video. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you liked this video, please leave a like. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment in the description, or the comment in the description below the video on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, leave it in the comments. And if you like this video, and if you did, well then good. I shall go on and do what I said I would do in the last video, which was when we get another chance at Anubis, I will make that video, and the way I will have I will have a video for all 3 of the gods. And then additionally on my channel I also have a few Overwatch stuff as well, just POTGs at the moment, but I'm hoping to expand on that and make more videos about different topics. If you have any advice of maybe something you would like to see on my channel, well then feel free to suggest content that you might want to see, and I will do my best to answer all of you and accept your feedback, and hopefully then make videos based on what you have suggested I make it on. So thanks very much for watching. It was nice. It was enjoyable. It was a pleasure to make this video for you guys. So informative, and I hope to see you guys next time. Laters.